Hello and welcome to another lecture regarding business communication. In this lecture, we're going to discuss some important topics of business communication. So let's proceed. In today's lecture, we're going to discuss and talk about the effective communication and also the ways, procedures, and disciplines for effective communication. So let's start off the first topic. What is effective communication? We can define effective communication in several ways. But before we define effective communication, one thing is quite obvious, that whoever lives in this planet, nobody is free from communication. We communicate either in social settings or in formal settings. It means everybody must display some sort of communication skills. Individuals, people, and more important, the people who works in organizations. But what is effective communication? Effective communication talks about the process that you are sending your information across to the receiver in a way that the receiver realize it, understand it, and gives you a positive feedback, and also do what you want. As I said before, that effective communication is a need for every individual, people, in social settings or informal settings. But it's more crucial for the managers and leaders because they are the people that they inspire the subordinates. They are working with people. They are communicating on a regular basis. So, good communication separates a good leader from a bad leader who cannot communicate properly. Now, effective communication is not about what you say. It's about how you say it. Because what you say, that is a communication. But how you say it and how you inspire, how you motivate and persuade others to follow your communication, to show interest in your communication, and to do what you want. When you communicate well with your team, so it helps the whole system. It helps the whole organization in business settings. Because of what? You are filling the gap for misunderstandings, and you are encouraging a very healthy and peaceful work environment. In an environment when there is no misunderstanding, no miscommunication, the employees, they can communicate easily with each other in an effective way. The leaders and the managers, they're helping the communication process, so automatically there is a very healthy environment. Efficient and open communication with your team will also let you get work done quickly and professionally. Inside the organization, the managers and leaders, they want their team to be successful, to do the job done in a better way. So your open communication, your letting in giving them time for communication will do the job done. Alright, the moment you get lines of communication open with your team, the process of carrying out tasks and projects inside the business settings, whenever the leaders and managers, they're starting communication, so there is a task ahead, a project ahead for the employees to be done. How well you're communicating, that well the work will be done. And the leaders and managers, they can communicate through different ways in different principles that they can use for their effective communication. So let's discuss them. The ways for effective communication are like open meeting. We know that meeting is one of a traditional method or procedure inside the organizations, which are arranged for sharing information, discussing the problems, and finding solutions. So now, it is easier to communicate your passion and how you feel to your team. In a meeting, we can talk with our teams in open conditions. In this kind of situation, they will not only hear, but they're also giving us the feedback, and they feel importance whenever we include our stuff in a meeting. And they will also see and feel that this approach still remains one of the best approach to communicate effectively, because in a meeting we can just try to to see the facial expression of our people stuff, and also we can directly communicate with our stuff, and also we can get their feedback on the spot, and it saves time for us. The second procedure for effective communication is emails. Now we know that email is one of a channel, a verbal channel, that in official settings, in official situations, mostly the people in organizations, they are communicating on emails. Even if you're just away in a very long distance, so you can carry and you can send your information and you can communicate via the email. It will enable you to pass messages to members of your team without pulling them out of their workstations. It means در جایی که کارمندا کار میکنه این مهم نیست که اگر در میتینگ باشه خب او را ما میخوایم meeting room. لیکن in emails there is no need, as I said before, wherever your employees are, so you can communicate them through emails, which is less costly and also saves your time. Third is one-on-one. It means like a personal meeting, discussing or communicating to your employees in a personal way. Because of what? It's a kind of source and method for you if you want to share some important or secret information to one person. It means the target is only one person you want to communicate. So one-on-one is the most effective method to talk. Experts have been enabled to prove that some people understand better when you take them aside. Yeah. So to some people, for example, as I said before, sometimes communication may be only to one person. It means, your target is only one person. You want to talk to one individual. The others, they are not targeted. So what do? This is a method. You can take that person aside and talk to him or her in a personal way. Because this kind of communication will just, help both manager and also the employee, right, to remain more private and to remain more secret, and also to keep the privacy. Ensure that you maintain eye contact with them to enable the message to sink in. Use presentations. Presentations, it's a very useful tool in techniques, right, that you can communicate in business place or in workplace with your target employees, that those who need that you want to communicate with them. So some people grasp messages easily with pictures and sounds. Alright. گفته میشه که بعضی مردم میتونه که از عکس ها یا از ساوند معلومات زودتر بگیره برداشت کنه. چرا که در کمیونیکیشن زمانی که ما میخوایم که ارتباطات قائم کنیم با چینل پرزنتیشن، the presentation انشالله که در لکچرهای بعدی ما شما مطالعه میکنیم. The presentations اکثرا pictures, sounds یا visual contents می باشه. مانا یک چیزی هست که با قابل دیدن باشه. Using presentations like Microsoft PowerPoint میتونیم در PowerPoint یک presentation جور کنیم and communicate with our team by this way. So this is like a very good approach as well that we can use it. Give presentations what you want to communicate with your employees. Communicating via training. Yeah. Training in development is one of a tool that the managers inside the organizations are using to develop the skills, the attitude of the employees. So sometimes you want to communicate something to your employees by giving them the training. Like for example, your employees do not know how to operate a machine or a technology. So if you're just giving them like oral messages that how to use it in like this, so sometimes it may not be effective. If you come to the real and practical approach, give them the training that you need to just like work practically with them and show them how to operate something. So communication via training is also a very useful tool. Your training should be tailored towards communicating certain information to your team members. معلوماتی که بسیار مهم است در مورد یک موضوع. So train them. And most employees take training serious. در ادارات همیشه که training زده میشه یک موضوع جدی می باشه و کارمندا هم جدی میگیره و خصوصا زمانی که رابطه داشته باشه با ورک یا با کارهایشان. Display confidence and seriousness. This is quite important for the manager, that while he's communicating with his subordinates, with his employees, with the staff, so he must display some confidence and seriousness in his communication. It means what he communicates he should remain positive about it, and he should feel that his communication will bring the desired result. When your team members notice any uncertainty in lack of seriousness. معلوم میشه که زمانی که شما از منیجر امرای کارمندایتان کمیونیکیشن میکنین و شما خودتان جدیت ندارین، شما خودتان که از جرأت کمیونیکیشن ندارین و uncertain هستین، نامطمئن هستین، so this غیر اطمینانی بودن با کارمندا یک روحیه میده که رئیس هم قدر جدید موضوع نیست. So communicating with them, they are likely to treat information with disdain or disregard. اگر uncertain باشین شما و فکر میکنید it's not important, so try to show some seriousness and confidence as a manager while you are communicating. Use simple words. As we discussed one of a topic, principles of communication. So if you want to be effective and remain effective, so try to use in your communication the simple words, the words which everybody can understand. The words should be to the level of your employees. You should consider their skills, their abilities, their knowledge, their background, perception, skills of communication. The third is that everybody cannot be on same page. Yeah, whole people, they are not same in their abilities, in their understanding. So that's why while inside the organization, in the workplace, we're communicating, so we have to use simple words when it comes to vocabulary. Therefore, to be effective in your communication with your team members, use words that can be easily understood. ما باید کوشش نکنیم که از لغاتایی که زیاد سخت باشه یا لغاتایی که معناهایشان چندین معناها داشته باشه یا معناهایشان بسیار تیت است و پراگنده است. So we should avoid these things because of what? Using difficult words, using words with several meanings may create misunderstanding and it wastes our time. Use visuals. All right. To be effective, so you must use visuals. We discussed just earlier on that we're using presentation, a tool for communication. So inside our presentation, we should add some visuals. Means something for seeing, something that can be seen or can be visible to the people. Because the visual things, they are grabbing or attracting, the participants to your communication. If you place some visuals at strategic positions around the workstations of your team, they should not just hear the message, they should also see it. It gives, room for better comprehension. اگر شما دیده باشین در بعضی ادارات میرین بعضی اعلانات یا بعضی نقاط نوشته شده and they stick it on the wall به خاطر که او قابل دیدن می باشه. Like for example, no smoking or blah blah. They're just like giving you several messages. Listen to your team members. So this is something really crucial. While we are communicating, we know that communication is a two-way process. Yes, دو طرف انجام داده میشه. To the person you are communicating and you communicate by yourself. What's the most important thing? In communication, there should be a balance. If you're talking, so at the same time, you need to have listening as well. Listen to your team members, what they say to you. And one thing is very famous. We always say, we have one mouth and two ears. So it means we should speak less and listen more. So this is a skill we need to develop for effective communication. So it's intended to be a two-way street. Don't just talk because you are the leader without listening to anyone else. Normally, we have this culture that the leaders and managers think that they are the only responsible to talk. No, they have to talk. They have to engage the employees in communication. But same time, they should listen to their employees for their feedback and also give them the opportunity to share the information with them. Use body language. If you want to be effective in your communication, اگر میخواین که مؤثر باشین در communicationتون, so use body language. We know body language is the element of non-verbal communication which passes your message across to the receiver. So if your body language is strong and better, and you have the skill of using your body language while communicating with your team, like standing, like just turning around, using like smile, shake, saying, eye contact, gestures, right? Your dressings. So all these are just like showing your body language. So it helps your message to be effectively sent across. Act out your message. So sometimes people will not understand your oral messages, what you say, and what your communicating. So sometimes for the managers, it's quite important that they have to act out their message. Like what they say, so they should act upon it. They should show it, in practical way. Sometimes the managers, they're asking the employees, right, for doing something. May the employees, they just, present some reasons or some sort of pretexts, excuses that I do not know how to do it. So it's better that if you say it orally to them, or if you just give them, oral instructions. So just the manager should just act out what he says. Like for example, an employee, right, doesn't know how to operate a machine, or something inside the organization. So if the manager is just giving him or her the theoretical lecture or the oral lecture that how to use it, or how to operate it, it's better that the manager should just move on and show practically and just do it by himself once, to just act the message out. Use appropriate tone of voice, pretty much important in communication. در ارتباطات بسیار مهم است. لهجه ما باید بسیار appropriate باشه, right? So we need to be careful about this, because tone of voice makes difference. لهجه تر یک میدیم یا چنلی است که اگر ما میخوایم که معلومات بسیار خوب یا معلوماتی که مثال او پازیتیو است و به دیگران ارسال میکنیم، لیکن لهجه ما درست نباشه، it means we're quite angry. So certainly even a positive message or a positive piece of information, transferring or delivering or transmitting to our team members in a inappropriate language یا inappropriate tone of voice که لهجه ما مناسب نباشه، و میتونه که با کس یک معنای دیگر برسانه یا و برداشتشون که از چیز دیگه باشه، demotivate میشه، discourage میشه، they feel humiliation. So this is important که ما باید از یک لهجه استفاده کنیم که معلومات ما به شکل موافقانه و هم مفید و مؤثر به امپلویز ما برسه. Avoid unnecessary repetition. That's quite important. The managers, while they're communicating, with the employees, or with the team members, they should not, repeat something that they have said before and before. So, actually, it doesn't make like a good image for the managers. یک دفعه که سر یک موضوع صحبت شد، گفته شد، so is ضروری نیستن که باید repeated شود، تکرار شود و بار تکرار شود. If you see inside the organizations, the manager may assign a duty, a task, to the employees. So once you assigned and once you showed how to perform a task, so you give just the assignment to the employees. Time to time you can take the feedback, but that's not important. That unnecessarily you're repeating and just telling him or her how to do it, when to do it. No, that's not important. Tell your team members what you want them to know or do, and ask them if they are clear. So once they say that they're clear about what you say, then there is no need for asking repeatedly the questions. If they're not, so make it clear. Only then do you repeat, or you can repeat what you wanted to say. Create a receptive atmosphere. در اداره باید اینطور یک محیط ایجاد شوه و خلق شوه و این کار از منیجرز و لیدرز هستند که باید اینطور محیط کرییت کنه و آماده کنه که دو هر کس به شکلی فریلی کمیونیکیت کنه و انوایرمنت اینطور باشه که اگر انتقاد بالای یک دیگه صورت میگیره یا مثال ایدیاز از یک طرف به دیگه طرف جنریت میشه و تمام کارمندان ریسپتیو باشه، مانا قبول کننده باشه. It means they should be ready for listening the new information and they should not just feel pride that که تنها یا چیزی صحبت میکنه اونمو درست است. نه خیر، ما باید receptive environment داشته باشیم. criticism باید قبول کنیم، اگر سر ما تنقید صورت میگیره او را باید قبول کنیم. To effectively communicate with your team, you must create a receptive atmosphere. Avoid a tense environment. اینطور محیط نباشه که دو هر کس پریشان و خفه باشه. این کار منیجرز است که به هر قیمت باشه که باید محیط بسیار قابل قبول کننده باشه. مانا هر کس باید غلطی خود قبول کنه، هر کس باید آماده باشه که یک چیز نو بشنوه و او را بفهمه. Be humorous. It means be friendly, be little like in a way that show some humor, and also you can just have like a kind of in like friendly mood with your members while you are communicating with your team members, because of what it helps you in the process of communication to pass your message more in a positive and also in a relaxed way. این طریقه کمیونیکیشن که از بیشتر ثابت شده در ادارات که اگر شما کمی فرندلی باشین و کمی هیومر شو کنین از طرف خود so it just gives motivation to the employees and they want to come closer to you more and they want to contact you more. लेकिन अगर managers friendly ना बाशा बिसार जिद्दी बाशा व unfriendly बाशा व हमेशा situation बिसार tense में सजा बिसार खफा करने में बाशा it discourage the employees and they won't encourage themselves for communicating inside the organization. Be coherent. So be coherent means be logical and be clear in your communication, and we all know that communication it's a skill and we can learn these how to just make our communication more clear, more understandable, and also use the right medium and channel, right, in with how to pass our message to the people. So these are all skills that these skills can be learned if the manager and leader is coherent, clear, logical in communication, so there will be like a good result. Avoid mumbling. Yeah, this is one of a problem, right? Even not important that only in business context we are talking about. حتی اگر در social life ما باشیم اگر کسایی که ممبلینگ میکنن سکتگی هستن در کمیونیکیشنشان گپس میاد بسیار زیاد گپس یکی که ما یا تکنیکال پازز میگیریم در صحبت های خود در بعضی از جایا کمی سکتگی را ایجاد میکنیم یکی ممبل هستن like something like that. So it's not good for effective communication. So while you're communicating with your team members and you need to talk them clearly, you need to just like communicate them in a very clear way and try to avoid mumbling as much as possible, to speak clear and don't use words with mumble. زیاد سکتگی باید در speaking ایتان نبیاید. So this is like a kind of problem. If you have this problem, so you won't be effective in your communication. The next point is encourage feedback. All right. هر پروسه کمیونیکیشن که انجام داده میشه از طرف ریسیور. ما در لکچر قبلی خود گفتیم که پروسه کمیونیکیشن که سایکلیک است، معنی ریپیتد است. کمیونیکیشن همیشه سندر شروع میکنه و سندر پس ختم میکنه. The sender is starting the communication process by sending message and at the same time the sender is receiving the feedback. در اداره مدیرا یا منیجرز یا لیدرز یا باید تشویق کنه کارمندای خود تا که برش یک فیدبک یک جواب بده. و چی وقت میشه اگر منیجرز کمی هیومرس باشه environment کمی free جور کنه. So don't just talk and walk away. leaders تنا باید talk نکنه پشت کار خود بره. So give chance for feedback to the employees که برتن که هستن بعضی اقدامات یا بعضی معلومات برتن شیر کنه تا که پروسه کمیونیکیشن دیگه هم مفید شود. So it's important. Encourage. همیشه encourage کنین، تشویق کنین کارمندار که و feedback برتن بده. Gesticulate. Yeah. So gesticulate means it's similar like act out your message or using like body language. So it is in relation to these 2 points. زمانی که ما در وقتی کمیونیکیشن از دستگاه خود کار میگیریم و میخوایم که مسیج با واسطه دستگاه خود کس کمیونیکیت کنیم, this is called gesticulate. So make hand motions, حرکات دست می باشه, signals ما با اساس دست ما میتونیم که باز مسیج های خود کلیر کنیم, چرا که یک نان وربال کمیونیکیشن سکیل است و میتونه که موضوع باز وقت از اورال کمیونیکیشن کنه نسبت به body language بهتر با receivers فرستاده شود. This shows that you understand what you are trying to relay to them. و همیشه حرکات دست نشانم میده که چی را ما میگیم و به اونمو شکل او را ما دیسپلی میکنیم امرای hands خود. Be appreciative. The last point in effective communication is be appreciative. مانا ستایش کننده باش. زیاد تنقید و یا نقد گیرنده ما باید نباشه. زمانی که communication sessions می باشه, meetings می باشه, interviews می باشه, and we are just trying to share information and also gain information. from our from the receivers. دیگه ما باید یک نوع کاردسی نزاکت هم نشان بدیم، polite باید باشیم و در عین وقت appreciative باشیم، ستایش کنیم و تشویق کنیم دیگران را در زمان کمیونیکیشن.